We thank God for the release of Nduta from the execution judgment. We give God all the glory. Yeah. I have seen some narratives being thrown here and there that Uhuru went to Ethiopia. It is Uhuru who came in. I may not have a problem with that because I don't even know how true that is. But this was 100% diplomatic issue. The only person who would have made any efforts is the president. Hata kama Uhuru was involved, he cannot bypass the laws or the constitution of the country in terms of diplomacy. So kama Uhuru alienda, then the president sent Uhuru to go and do that. Otherwise, what that narrative naona huku, oh sijui nini, no. We may hate the president, but we gave him the civil power. The constitution is his, and that's why we were telling him to make that one phone call. However, he decided to do it.
Uhuru Kenyatta has saved the life of Margaret Nduta through a phone call. We don't have the fine details of the deal that him and the president of Vietnam have made. But as we speak today, the life of Margaret Nduta is safe. I said it here yesterday. Na watu wakakasirika sana. Ruto has no moral authority to save anyone from anything. There is no way a murderer, a killer, an abductor of Gen Z can save anyone. He has failed to protect Kenyans in their own country. How can he protect Kenyans from abroad? Surely. And that's why it was painful for me to see Kenyans desperately turning to Kasogo to save Nduta. It was a lost battle if we kept our hope on Ruto. Ruto is only good in making deals of money and kickbacks. But anything to do with life, he has no concern. That one I'm saying today, I will say it tomorrow, and it is the truth. Hata wewe unakasirika kwa huu kweli. Jaribu uone kama Ruto atakusave mahali. Hawezi. Hata enda hospitali uone kama SHA itafanya kazi. Ujue Ruto cannot save you from anything.
The reality is, if this was a citizen of any other nation like America, Vietnam would never try to execute them. This is blatantly a disrespect of the Kenyan people. Our citizens should not be executed in other nations. If they need to face justice, they come and face it in our nation. That's all I have to say. Guilty, not guilty, that's a different conversation. But we don't execute citizens outside the country.
Updates on Margaret Nduta. I'm doing this video in English because there are some people from other countries who also want to help her. So let's start from beginning. I'll tell you what Margaret said and what Vietnamese authorities found out. Margaret said she got a job from an agent to work in Saudi Arabia. On the day that she was supposed to travel, the agent paid her flight, her expenditures and everything, and also gave her $1,300. And she was told that she would receive a luggage in Ethiopia to take to someone. She never questioned what the luggage was. She was more interested with the job that she was going to get in Saudi Arabia. Plus, she was paid $1,300. So she thought that she was going to Saudi Arabia, but she was shocked when she found herself in Vietnam. When her luggage was scanned in Vietnam, that is when she was arrested. That was June 2023. So this is what Vietnamese authorities are saying. They are saying that Margaret used 3 airports in Kenya, Ethiopia, and in Qatar, and her destination was Laos before she was arrested in Vietnam. When her luggage was scanned, they found 2 kilos of C. She was supposed to be unalived because of this crime. Kenyan government spoke with Vietnamese government, pleading with them not to unalive her yet. Right now, you're just waiting for answer from Vietnam.
Na Wakikuyu tunaenda sana. Wakikuyu tunatembea sana. Ati Mkikuyu kutoka Murang'a ako Vietnam. Vietnam. Mimi maisha yangu yote yule mtu nishaisikia ameenda Vietnam ni Rabo peke yake. Rabo. Sijaisikia mtu mwingine ameenda Vietnam. Thailand. Anaenda Thailand. Mkikuyu unaendea huko nini? Si at least tuende akina Bangkok. Huko tunasikianga. Hyderabad tunasikianga huko watu wanaenda. Lakini Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, unaendea nini Cambodia? Seriously. Wakikuyu punguzeni sana. Cambodia, unaendea nini? Hapana, acheni hizo. Tumetembea sana. Tiga hiyo limu leo. Tiga hiyo limu. Nituwethe mbeca no tuwethe na uge.
History ya Vietnam, mambo ni mbili. It's either udem alikuwa anajua ama hakuwa anajua. Na chances ni hata kama alikuwa anajua, makosa yote ni huyu mtu alimpeleka. Agents Tuache hii ujinga tunafanya TikTok ya kuingiliana, sijui nani alikula nani, kuanika uchi ya wenyewe ni kama wewe huna uchi. Utaona na watu wa mochari. Tuanze kudili na wama agents. Agents wanakula watu pesa sana. Kama mimi niko na watatu sasa hii, ni venye tu mimi si anikangi mtu kama sijui. Nachunguza. Wanakula pesa ya madereva, sijui wanapeleka madereva wapi, sijui kuna mahali unaitishwa madereva lakini unawaitisha sijui figani alafu unakosa kuwapeleka. We are coming for you agents. Agents ndio wamekosa mimi mchana. Asa hii muungana hivyo mmeungana. Tunasikia ati agents wanasema naingilia kazi zao wataniangushia account. Yes, mko na TikTokers wote.
Okay. My name is Willy Kamau. Most people know me as Mbanya. We are here as Kenyans standing up for a lady called Vietnam-Nduta. She's held up in Vietnam as a mukora, allegedly that she was caught with cocaine 2 kgs. But the story has it that she was approached by someone who told her that she can get her a work permit in Saudi Arabia. So the person who said was going to take her to Saudi Arabia facilitated for her going to Saudi Arabia, but that is where the bone of contention with this whole story is. Aliambia Nduta atampeleka Saudi Arabia, but akamwambia she can only travel to Saudi Arabia through Ethiopian Airlines, so she traveled all the way to Ethiopia through a bus. And then from there wakamweka huko 10 days wakipanga. Alikuwa amekuja na nguo zake, and in those 10 days wakampatia bag, wakamwambia tafadhali badilisha nguo zako kwa hii bag, weka hii bag. Wakamwambia sasa ingie Ethiopian Airline, alafu wakampatia $100. Wakamwambia hiyo country ataenda tu alipe ticket aende Saudia. As if traveling on airport is like kuingia kwa basi ama kwa matatu. This girl is very innocent. She is a victim of being poor and taken advantage of. Wakati alifika aliingia akapelekwa Vietnam. Alipofika Vietnam akashikwa na hiyo bag alikuwa amepewa na ilikuwa na cocaine 2 kgs. So Mr. President, we are pleading with you that you may make one call to Vietnam government to plead her case. Let there be new and fresh investigations so that the people who did that to that innocent poor girl may face full wrath of the law. Mr. President, we live in a justice driven country that has rule of law. Mr. President, we are here in peace. We are not saying Kasongo must go. You are the president of this country. Please, that's a diplomatic issue. Please make that diplomatic issue phone call to Vietnam that can save the life of that young girl. She is about to be hanged in less than 36 hours from now. So, Mr. President, we are here in peace. No Kasongo must go. We just want the release of that girl. Mr. President, make sure the people who are responsible of doing that are held accountable so that they may never take advantage of poor, innocent girls again. Mr. President, you have the power to destroy that syndicate and that cartel. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Once again,